Okay, let's unpack this. Have you ever looked at a beautifully crafted ceramic or maybe an intricately designed building?
Or even just a piece of clothing.
Exactly. And wondered about the stories, the history, the whole worldview sort of woven into its fabric?
Hmm.
Well, today we're taking a deep dive into just that. We've got a fantastic stack of sources here covering the distinct but also interconnected cultural styles of Japan, Korea, China, and Thailand.
Yeah, it's really fascinating stuff. What's amazing is how you can trace these unique identities. They're forged by, well, geography, philosophy, historical interaction,
Right.
but also alongside moments of profound mutual influence. So our mission today really is to pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge.
Give you a shortcut, maybe,
Yeah,
to understanding the distinctive threads and, yeah, the surprising connections that make each tradition so rich.
precisely. You'll discover how each nation took these elements and really made them their own.
Think of it as gaining a whole new appreciation for the architecture, the art, fashion, even daily life across these incredible nations. Get ready for some real aha moments, I think, as we journey through centuries of innovation and expression.
Let's do it.
Okay, our journey begins with Japan, an island nation. Its culture really shaped by, well, its unique geography. You've got earthquakes, hilly terrain, heavy rain.
And periods of significant isolation, but also these powerful waves of continental influence. That dual nature is key.
So how did these forces kind of forge this aesthetic? It seems so rooted in nature and refined simplicity.
Well, it's a story of selective adaptation, really. You go way back to the early Jomon era, people crafting the world's oldest pottery, living in simple pit houses.
Wow.
In the Yayoi period, new arrivals bring wetland rice cultivation, metalworking. You see Japan absorbing these transformative influences, often from Korea, actually.
Like those dotaku, the bronze belt.
Exactly, those beautiful things. They reflect that early connection.
And then the Kofun period, named for those impressive tomb mounds for the ruling class, that's when diverse groups started to coalesce into a nation, right?
And you get the early Haniwa, those clay figures,
Yeah.
people, animals around the tombs.
Yeah.
Gives a little window into their world.
Yeah, fascinating. But it's the Asuka period, what was it, 552 to 710 AD? That seems like a real turning point.
Oh, definitely. A significant influx of continental culture then, especially Buddhism, coming through Korea and China.
Big changes. Japan even changed its name from Wa to Nippon.
That transmission of Buddhism, it really provided the initial push for extensive contact. The Japanese were smart. They recognized facets of Chinese culture,
Like,
written symbols, complex government theories, advanced building technology, things they could incorporate to their benefit.
so the Nara period followed, with its capital planned like a Chinese city.
Yep, planned according to Chinese architectural principles. Clearly shows that strong bureaucratic and religious influence.
Yeah.
The Todaiji Temple, monumental, houses that massive universal Buddha Rushan. It's a testament to that fervor.
But alongside Buddhism, you still have Japan's native Shinto, the way of kami, sacred power, no founder, no fixed dogmas.
Right. And it preserved its guiding beliefs.
Mhm.
The Eye Shrine is a perfect example, often called the National Cathedral of Japan.
And its aesthetic is so different, isn't it? Plain wooden buildings, kind of rustic, unpretentious, set off the ground, thatched roofs, unpainted.
And that iconic torii gate, that distinctive curved crossbeam, it really feels like a portal to a sacred world.
So then the Heian period, a reaction to Buddhist power growing.
Somewhat, yeah. Led to introducing Shingon Buddhism with its mandalas, those spiritual diagrams of the universe.
And this era also sees the rise of the samurai.
It does. And they'd eventually set up the military government, the shogunate, in the Kamakura period.
And that shift in power to the warrior class, it brought a new realism into art.
Exactly. Contrasting with the more, aristocratic expressions of earlier times. And later in the Muromachi period, Zen Buddhism really took root again for a second time.
This whole distinct aesthetic forged over centuries. It really comes through in daily life, doesn't it? Especially fashion.
Oh, absolutely.
You see the comfortable cotton yukata, originally like a nightgown, right? Or worn after a bath, decorated with those stencil-dyed patterns.
Simple, elegant.
And of course, the iconic kimono, derived from the Chinese Pao-style robe, but it became so distinctly Japanese. Ankle length, those expansive sleeves, the V-neck.
Or real evolution.
Artistically, Japanese painting started with Chinese inspiration, but then developed Yamato-e.
Right, literally Japanese painting, coined specifically to distinguish native subjects from Chinese ones, kare.
But the genre that really captures the imagination, I think, is ukiyo-e.
Scenes of the floating world, absolutely. Those woodblock prints, 17th to 20th centuries, instantly recognizable.
Landscapes like Hokusai's Great Wave, kabuki actors, daily life, just iconic.
That dedication to precision and aesthetic is just everywhere, isn't it?
It really is. From the legendary katana, the samurai sword, those intricate tsuba, the sword guards, they're like miniature artworks themselves.
To the exquisite lacquerware, built layer upon layer, often with gold and silver dust.
And ceramics, too, like the Amari pattern, known for those bold floral designs. It all showcases this meticulous attention to detail that just defines Japanese craftsmanship.
And this dedication, it seems to extend really deeply into their philosophy,
Yeah.
wabi-sabi.
Ah, yes, wabi-sabi. It's a worldview, really, centered on accepting transience and imperfection.
So beauty that's imperfect, impermanent, and incomplete.
Exactly. It incorporates wabi deliberate simplicity and sabi appreciating the old and faded. It's quite profound.
And you see this influencing the Japanese tea ceremony, Chanoyu. That whole ritual of preparing and serving green tea.
It's choreographic. Every movement, every object reflects that quiet appreciation of beauty and simplicity.
And other arts too, like bonsai, miniature trees, ikebana, flower arranging.
Origami, paper folding. They all embody this deep connection to nature and that refined aesthetic. Even their theater forms are unique. No with its masks, kabuki with the heavy makeup. Architecturally, then, Japanese style is a synthesis. Ideas from China, but filtered through local conditions.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Resulting in lightness, delicacy, refinement. Think about their pagodas, often 5 stories, almost suspended around a central timber to handle earthquakes. Very clever.
We mentioned the Eye Shrine, the oldest Shinto temple, and Himeji Castle, the White Egret.
Ah, yes. The most impressive fortified residence. Known for those beautiful curving eaves and the mythical shachihoko creatures on the roof ridges.
And the interior design evolved alongside this, moving towards simpler, more meditative spaces.
Right. You have the Shoinzukuri style, which was grander for feudal warlords. But then Sukiya-zukuri, which came more from the tea ceremony tradition, emphasizing delicate, natural, unornamented features.
So inside, you'd typically find fusuma, sliding doors, often with nature scenes.
And shoji screens, translucent paper doors, creating soft, diffused light, and tatami mats.
Those 3 by 6 foot rice straw pads, they even dictate room sizes, right?
They do. And you'll often find a tokonoma, that meditative altar space, in a main room.
Furniture sounds minimal, multifunctional.
Very. Like the futon for sitting and sleeping. Or a hibachi, a portable fireplace. It's all about natural colors and textures, cedar, rice paper, bamboo, creating a simple geometric order, deeply connected to that wabi-sabi idea.
Okay, so that's Japan. Now moving across the water to Korea, our sources describe it as this ancient land with a unique cultural tradition, often acting as a link sometimes, between early work in China and later examples in Japan.
That's a crucial point. Korea's history, despite, the modern division, it's rooted in cultural homogeneity and political unity going way back.
How did a nation so influenced by powerful neighbors forge such a distinct and resilient identity? You see it in their adaptations, their art.
It's a great question. It starts early, Paleolithic age, people in dugouts with hearths for heating. Then Old Joseon, founded way back in 2333 BC, according to legend, when iron culture was introduced.
And that Iron Age led to ondol.
Ah, yes. The traditional Korean underground heating system. Genius, really. The stone floor heated by hot air circulating underneath.
A truly unique feature. Defines their homes even today.
Indeed. Then came the Three Kingdoms period. Kogaris, Paekje, and Silla. Each developed distinct characteristics. Silla, for instance, officially adopted Buddhism.
And promoted Hwarang, the Flowering Youth, a national warrior group.
They even called their country Buddha Land. Shows how central it became.
The Koryu period followed, giving us the name Korea, unified the kingdoms.
Right. And then the Joseon dynasty, often called Little China because it adopted Confucian principles so strongly.
But it also produced King Sejong, Korea's greatest monarch.
Absolutely. A real scholar king. And he invented the brilliant Hangul alphabet.
That phonetic system, 19 consonants, 10 vowels, captures every Korean sound.
Exactly. A massive step for national literacy and identity. It's quite remarkable.
It really is striking how Korea, despite those deep ties to China, forged such a distinct identity. What are some of the key symbols that embody that unique Korean spirit for you?
Well, the Taguki flag, certainly. The white background, the red and blue Taejuk circle in the middle, the trigrams.
And the mugunghwa flower. Rose of Sharon.
Yes, the national flower. Or even kimchi is the national dish. These are powerful expressions of Koreanness.
That unique spirit comes through in their geopolitical experience too, doesn't it? King Sejong, the scholar king, sponsoring studies.
Yeah, in history, astronomy, very enlightened.
But then the post-WWII division, North and South Korea, the Korean War.
So trashy.
Profound impact. And the flags of both nations really reflect their different ideologies now. North Korea's red stripe for communism, South Korea's white for peace, recalling its old name, Chosun, land of the morning calm.
Fashion-wise, the hanbok stands out.
The traditional attire, yes. Known for that slim jiggery top and the wide sort of bell-like Enchima bottom. Very elegant.
And during the Goryeo period, official clothes even has specific colors for rank.
That's right. King Kwanyeong designated colors to establish hierarchy, shows the influence of structure.
Religion in Korea seems like such a fascinating mix.
It really is. You have Confucianism, deeply ingrained as a value system. That emphasis on filial piety, unhigh, the unpayable debt to parents. You see it everywhere.
And Buddhism, welcomed early on by the southern kingdoms. But also shamanism, the original Korean religion, some say. Shamans communicating with spirits, it still exists.
And surprisingly, perhaps a large Christian population in South Korea.
Yeah, one of the most Christian countries in Asia, apart from the Philippines. It's quite a blend.
In art, Korean painting developed true view landscapes.
Right, advocating for depicting actual Korean scenery, not just classical Chinese themes, a real assertion of identity.
And their pagodas are striking too, made of granite.
Uniquely so, yeah. Unlike China's brick or Japan's wood, very distinctive.
That vibrancy is really a signature of Korean architecture, isn't it? The Dancheong paintings.
Oh, definitely. Literally red and green. Those patterns on walls, pillars, eaves. Stunning.
Using those 5 basic colors, blue, red, black, white, yellow, tied to the 5 elements theory.
Exactly, representing directions, seasons, elements. It wasn't just decorative, though. It protected the wood, and they believed it protected the building from evil spirits.
You can really see that artistry in palaces like Gyeongbokgung, the Palace of Shining Happiness, or Changdeokgung. Those painted columns, ornate decorations.
Beautiful examples.
And the hanok, the traditional house. We mentioned the ondol heated floors. Goes back thousands of years.
An amazing adaptation.
Yeah.
And the houses themselves adapt well to the climate, traditionally built of wood, stone, clay, paper, kind of box-like rooms.
And the interior design often had separate quarters for men and women, saranchai and onche.
Right, often separated by a wall.
Yeah.
The saranchai for men living, studying, entertaining. The onche for women larger, where women lived, raised children.
And the furniture reflected this. Men's pieces more austere, functional, natural wood.
Generally, yeah. While women's furniture might use more colorful woods, lacquer finishes, more decorative details.
Korean furniture really shows that blend of function and beauty, like the bundaji wedding chest.
A great example, a wooden clothing chest, hinged opening. Designed for storage, but also really aesthetically pleasing.
Or even something like the jukbuin bamboo pillow for summer.
Adapting to the climate. Shows how daily objects were crafted with both purpose and a distinct aesthetic. It's fascinating.
Okay, now let's turn our attention to China, known as the Middle Kingdom. Once believed to be the center of the universe.
Quite a claim.
Largest Asian country, largest population in the world. Deep roots in those early settlements by the great rivers, Yellow River, Yangtze River.
That geography is foundational.
So how did China's imperial past, its sheer scale, and those deep philosophical traditions create a cultural style defined by, well, grandeur, symbolism, and this meticulous order?
It's all tied together. China's history is defined by these powerful dynasties, starting way back with the Xia, possibly. Then the Qin dynasty, led by Qin Shi Huangdi.
Famous for unifying China, strict laws, single script.
Exactly. But also infamous for ordering the burning of scholarly books. A complex figure.
And who could forget the terracotta warriors?
Incredible, aren't they? Part of Qin Shi Huangdi's tomb complex, estimated over 7,000 life-size soldier sculptures.
Each one detailed, down to strands of hair.
Remarkable detail. It's just an unbelievable statement of imperial might.
Then the Han Dynasty followed, known for controlling the Silk Road.
Right, linking Asia and Europe. Hugely important. And then the Tang Dynasty, often called the Golden Age of Chinese art.
Politically, it was dynasties, family lines of leaders, but later figures like Mao Zedong emerged. Marxist theorist led to authoritarian government.
That's the modern trajectory, yes. And today, Xi Jinping continues that leadership. The sources note this continuity.
Chinese fashion, especially imperial court robes, sounds incredibly opulent.
Oh, very much so. Yellow silk brocade for emperors, adorned with dragons grasping the pearl of wisdom.
And yellow was just for the emperor.
Exclusively. Even embroidered satin shoes for Manchu women are mentioned. Luxury and status were key.
And Chinese religion and philosophy, they seem to deeply influence the cultural style. Taoism, harmony of opposites, yin and yang.
A core concept. And Confucianism, emphasizing learning, strict social conventions, followed for millennia.
Buddhism, too, tracing back to Siddhartha, a major ethical system there as well.
Definitely. And you can't talk about Chinese philosophy influencing space without mentioning Feng Shui.
Right, wind and water, a key Taoist idea.
Exactly. It's a guiding principle for aligning spaces to get harmonious energy flow, qi. How to arrange your home or office for the best results. Still very relevant for many.
Artistically, Chinese porcelain is world-renowned, especially the blue and white wares.
Classic. That intricate blue decoration on a transparent glaze. And jade was hugely important, a symbol of vitality, eternal life.
Calligraphy and paintings, too, on silk or paper scrolls, often landscapes.
Grand landscapes, emphasizing the vastness of nature compared to humans,
Yeah.
central to their art.
Chinese architecture really embodies that grandeur and symbolism. The Dubon bracket system, that sounds ingenious.
It is a structural marvel.
Yeah.
Interlocking double bow-shaped arms, bearing the roof's load, allows for those sweeping roof curves.
And the Zhoujing, the caisson ceiling, symbolizing heaven is round, earth is square.
Often with a coiled dragon looking down from the center holding a huge pearl. Very symbolic.
Confucianism influenced this heavily, emphasizing balance, symmetry.
Absolutely. Using odd numbers, like 9, especially in imperial architecture, and specific colors had deep meaning.
Yellow only for the emperor, green for palaces, red for happiness, solemnity, used on doors.
Correct. Even zoomorphic symbols were precise. The 5-clawed dragon for the emperor, the phoenix for the empress, everything had its place and meaning.
Iconic sites really show this. The Forbidden City in Beijing, home to 24 emperors for nearly 500 years.
A city within a city. Those vermilion walls, the yellow glazed roof tiles signifying the emperor, it perfectly exemplifies the principles.
And the Great Wall, of course, built to keep out nomads.
A monumental feat of engineering and will. And the Temple of Heaven, with its distinctive blue cone-shaped roof, symbolizing heaven.
So Chinese interiors, especially in the Forbidden City, were constantly remodeled.
Reflecting changing imperial tastes, yes. But traditional houses were generally one-story, timber supports filled with brickwork, and their dimensions were actually legally regulated.
Interesting. And interior courts were essential.
Crucial for tranquility, contemplation, ventilation. Rooms were furnished sparingly, and symmetry was key. Angles and corners often rounded.
Walls faced with glazed tiles. Windows using oyster shell or rice paper.
Yes, instead of glass, providing a softer, subdued light. And the layout was hierarchical: main building for parents, side rooms for children, innermost for elders. Security and privacy were paramount.
Which leads us to furniture. Early on, they used mats.
Like many cultures, yes. But later, they developed incredibly skillful wood furniture, famously often without glue or nails, using intricate joinery.
Armchairs sound elegant. Hardwoods, lacquer finishes.
Very much so. Pieces like the Luohan chair, with its distinctive semicircular back designed for comfort but also showing status.
And the Pashain Cho table, suitable for 8-10 people.
Right, highlighting that communal dining aspect of Chinese culture. Functionality meeting social practice.
Okay, our journey concludes in Thailand, the land of the free, also known as the land of smiles.
That's right, for the expressive way Thais often communicate. And the geography, the Chao Phraya River Basin forming the Central Plain, home to the Siamese people. That's the heartland.
So how does Thailand weave together these ancient empires, this deep spiritual devotion, and external influences into such a vibrant, unique cultural tapestry?
It's a story of fusion, really. Early Thai peoples came from northern Vietnam or China, settled across Southeast Asia, practiced rice farming.
And by the 11th century, they were influenced by big classical empires, Monvarvadi, Khmer, Angkor.
Exactly, which brought significant Buddhist and Hindu influences that are still visible today.
Then the Sukhothai era, 1238-1378, the rise of the Siamese, renowned for art and culture.
Very much so. Produced those iconic walking Buddha sculptures, very fluid and graceful. And they even brought in potters from China for celadon techniques, creating Sankalak pottery.
The Ayutthaya period followed, 1351-1767, prosperous, regal architecture, golden spires.
A real golden age in many ways, but tragically sacked by the Burmese in 1767, a major turning point.
Then the Ratanakosin era, starting 1782. Capital moved to Bangkok. And Western architectural styles started to influence things, even Italian Renaissance.
Yes, particularly during the reigns of later kings. A real openness to blending styles. And in 1939, the country's name officially changed from Siam to Thailand.
That blending of influences seems so characteristic. You see it in the national symbols, too. The Ratchafric flower, golden shower, yelling for Buddhism.
And the elephant, Chang, the national animal, represents peace, wisdom.
The dak brua, the lotus flower, symbolizing beauty. And the Y gesture of respect, palms together, head lowered.
A very distinctive cultural practice for greeting, apology, showing respect. And yes, pad thai, invented in the 1930s, now the national dish.
Politically, Thailand is a constitutional monarchy. King as chief of state, King Chulalongkorn, Rama V, is remembered for keeping Thailand independent from European colonizers.
A major achievement, using skillful diplomacy. And the Thai flag, red for bloodshed, white for religious purity, blue for royalty, reflects the nation's core values.
Thailand is overwhelmingly Buddhist, right? The Theravada Buddhism, about 90%.
Predominantly, yes. You see Buddhist Wat temples or monasteries everywhere. But it's also home to Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, Hindus, animism, a diverse spiritual landscape beneath the surface.
Artistically, the Buddha depictions became highly standardized. Around 30 stylized features for spiritual purity.
That's right. Though different periods had distinct styles. And the Emerald Buddha, reputedly the most sacred statue, made of green jade.
It has different robes for each season. King Rama made 2, Rama III added a 3rd for winter.
It's a wonderful detail. Shows the depth of devotion and royal patronage.
Thai classical paintings, often in book illustrations, murals, depicting Jataka tales, Buddha's past lives, and Ramakan tales.
Yes. Early murals used natural pigments. Figures were two-dimensional, size based on status, no real shadowing or perspective. Very stylized.
And pottery, like Benjarong porcelain, initially just for royals, using 5 colors.
Traditionally red, white, yellow, black, and green enamel on a white base. That dedication to vibrant color is a real theme in Thai art.
Architecture often shows Khmer and Indian influences, those striking golden spires.
Definitely. And traditional houses are typically bamboo or wood, built on stilts, practical for flooding and ventilation.
With distinctive gable roofs, columns and walls angled inwards, steep overhangs.
All smart adaptations to the climate. Good drainage, good cooling.
Grand structures like the Grand Palace in Bangkok, built by Rama Liu, Wat Phra Kia, the Emerald Buddha Temple, Wat Pho, Reclining Buddha, Wat Arun, Temple of Dawn.
Magnificent scale, intricate decoration, often studded with bits of broken porcelain, ceramic shards, creates this amazing, dazzling mosaic effect, especially on stupas and prangs.
And interior design in traditional Thai homes emphasizes simplicity.
Beauty in unpainted wood, versatile, open, uncluttered spaces. Rooms mainly for sleeping, minimal furniture cupboards, low tables. The space under the roof often used for storage. Very practical.
Materials are key then. Textiles like silk, cotton, jute.
Carved wood is everywhere. Gold leaf on black lacquer is a classic technique. Mother of pearl inlay, and those vibrant glass mosaics, originally from India.
And color is especially significant in religious buildings. 7 hues for the days of the week.
Yes, pure gem-like colors. Red for Sunday, yellow for Monday, and so on. Red used extensively in ceilings, gold contrasting with black lacquer in interiors. Very rich, very symbolic.
Wow, what an incredible journey through these 4 distinct, yet as we've seen, often interconnected cultural landscapes.
That's real, husband.
From Japan's harmonious blend of nature and refined aesthetics to Korea's powerful integration of ancient traditions and bold innovation.
To China's deep philosophical roots in that grand imperial scale.
And finally, Thailand's vibrant fusion of spiritual devotion and warm hospitality. It's quite a spectrum.
It truly underscores how each region, while sharing influences Buddhism, certain architectural ideas developed its own unique character, adapting to climate, philosophy, history, in just fascinating ways. Think of Japan's wabi-sabi, Korea's ondol heating, China's Forbidden City, or Thailand's glittering Wat complexes. Each one is really a testament to human ingenuity and cultural depth. It offers a profound "so what?" about the world we live in, you know?
It really makes you think, doesn't it? What hidden layers of meaning and tradition might you discover in the everyday objects or spaces around you if you approach them with that same deep dive curiosity? Realizing that even the simplest design choice could tell a story centuries old.
A great thought to end on.